So you've done the self-help and you've dipped into some personal development, but now you ask the question, now what? What can you do? Well, if you want to escape the apathy, step right this way. So twice a year, I teach a course called Autonomy. It's a 12-week personal development and training course. What people get out of it is multifaceted. There's curriculum, there's exercises, there's camaraderie, you make new friends. There's a whole lot of interesting things. We're going to hear a sample from the course right now, and let's take a look at the value these students are getting.
The victim mentality that can be instilled by some of these things is you can just counterbalance it and say, look, school might give you a perspective that this particular problem is caused by that country over there, right? Well, you know what that does? It makes you feel powerless, because if the reason for the thing happening is outside yourself, it puts it outside your control. So the blame culture, because a victim has to have someone to blame, right? Oil prices are high here because somebody overseas did something. We got to blame that, right? So then we don't have control over those things. Instead of just getting oil from this place where we live, we're waiting on somebody else to send it to us. It's whatever marked up price. So extreme ownership and self-responsibility, the unvictim card is the ultimate progressive play. It's too bad that progressive politics doesn't recognize that, and it goes with like this identity politics victim mentality, which takes away agency from the individual and puts it on some nebulous other that someday maybe might hopefully send your comic book character to save you in the situation. But it's not reality. It's a fiction, just like saying it's a democracy. A democracy is two wolves and a sheep deciding and voting on who's for dinner. What's for dinner? It's the sheep that you got outvoted. A constitutional republic says even if 99% wants to take away your rights, they can't do so by sheer numbers alone. They have to use logic and reason, and things have to be adjudicated through a certain method and process that involves a jury of your peers to make sure that we're not star chambering up this whole place. So again, in the absence of comparison and contrast, we're basically under control. But the reintroduction, so let's say that you send your child to school and it teaches collectivism and it teaches victim mentality and identity politics, and then you just show to them, hey, here's a 1940s civics book. Let's see what's different from today. Oh, and here it says an individual has a responsibility to be educated so that their actions don't take on consequences that hurt other people. It's a part of growing up to be an adult, to be a civically minded, socially responsible individual in a society that values freedom, justice, and entrepreneurism. But today, it's like, oh, the rights of the individual mom and pop store are usurped. They're closed, but big box store gets to stay open because they're friends with Klaus Schwab. I mean, so there's a whole upturning of everything that they taught for decades and decades. It's not for the benefit of the individuals being educated. It's not for the benefit of their parents, not for the benefit of even their local area. It's like a different type of thing that's being serviced there.
Everyone's doing some kind of self-help these days, and you can find a million self-help courses out there. Most other courses out there are hosting lectures. They're hosting videos. They're maybe even doing Q&As. And these are great starting points to encourage learning. But at Autonomy, we believe that hands-on practice is the best way to really lock in what we're learning. There's no better way to gain confidence and mastery than through action. After each lecture, we practice the concepts we've learned with other students, giving and receiving feedback in a non-judgmental environment. The result is mastery of concepts like entrepreneurship, ethical sales, and self-reliance in an environment that directly translates to the real world. Plus, you make connections with other like-minded individuals who are learning right alongside you, and you have a lifetime membership in the community. The Autonomy course with Richard Grove equips you with confidence, competence, and courage in a world filled with confusion and noise. You can learn more at getautonomy.info. We'll see you there.